5, 4. Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AKAAWOL, and we have a brand new project tonight that I'm really excited to get working on. This is going to be a bag for my phone. After having made Mandy's and it turned out so cool, I thought it'd be fun to try one for myself. I am joined tonight by my lovely wife, Mandy. Hello. And yeah, we'll get right into this. I basically did the bare minimal. It goes all the way around this. But I basically did the bare minimal so far because adding string onto the string up here at the top is super boring and time consuming, and it just takes forever. And I thought that would not be fun to do live. So yeah, that part's done. But it's not down very far. And so I kind of want to just kind of add a little bit before we kind of get like way into the weeds here. So that is my plan. We have both a horizontal and vertical stream tonight. So if sometimes it seems like I'm answering questions that you don't understand, it's probably because it's from the other stream. So it's just part of the fun of this. So the one thing that off the bat that occurs to me when it comes to my bag here is, well, Mandy's had a great big contrast between the 3 different shades of orange that she had, and these seem much closer, and I don't remember exactly what I modeled mine after, like why are the colors kind of as close as they are, and will it be enough contrast to really make this pattern shine? So I'm a little nervous, but it's kind of late for, you know, backing out on it now. There's a lot of string has gone into just getting it this far. So yeah. Also, I think that there's, hang on, the piece of plastic I have for this has a rough edge and the string's getting caught on it. I'm using the edge of my scissors to try to kind of get rid of that. It's gonna suck if every knot I tie is getting hung up on the edge of this. So how has everybody's week been? You've been good there, Rainbow? Should be like, what, springtime over there, so that should be an improvement. I suppose spring brings a lot of rain, though, so I don't know. Hey, Aaron. This is very early at the beginning stages of this particular project, so if you're curious, it's going to be a phone bag for myself. Sounds like a good time. Yeah, I don't know if anybody remembers, but last week I was kind of coming down sick, and that stayed with me all week long. So Friday I went to go see a doctor, and she's like, "Yeah, you're kind of wheezing there when you breathe." So they gave me some an inhaler type steroid inhaler. Weird thing that I have to puff on to help me with my breathing. Some antibiotics, some other stuff. Yeah. I don't quite know that I needed all that stuff, but I'm feeling better. It's only been a day, so yeah, I guess it's good. Yeah, I'm feeling a whole lot better now. It's been I was kind of feeling better through the week, but then it was just sort of there, you know what I mean? It was just a little too worn out, a little unable to focus, a little out of it. So yeah, it's been kind of lingering in the background. It's made it really hard to be productive. It's also been hard to be productive because my wife got me an awesome gift. She got me a e-reader, and yeah, I love books in general. And the one thing about the e-reader I had was the other one. It was awesome. The batteries would last for months because it had no backlight. But it made it so that way the only way you could really read it is if you were in a really, really well lit place. And we don't have like a good place for a reading chair anywhere in the house. And so it kind of really limited like how much I would use it and what but she got me this new e-reader, and I've gone like looking for more books to read, and I found like 40 some odd from a sci-fi writer that I knew from like short stories in the past. And so like I just downloaded like a bunch of his books and got my mind blown. Yeah. Oh, and my e-reader's got this cool thing. You can tap on a word that you don't know, and it brings up a dictionary to let you know what it is. That is so cool. Hey, it's my new craft. Hello. So yeah, so it's got me back to reading again and doing stuff. Yes, this is the same pattern as the previous phone bag. It's just in 3 shades of red instead. Fabulous. I finished the other one. It turned out amazing. And the other one was the one that this was planned. This was like we bought the string for this. So this one was all planned out. And Mandy got that little phone and she wanted to protect the screen. So then we had just had a string order. So I had this abundance of floss laying around. And so we kind of went for it. So yeah, let's see if we can do this here. So yeah, this is like the really early stages of this. I just added string to this week. I thought it was a huge accomplishment considering I wasn't feeling well. So 1, 2, and then this changes. Right. Let's see it. Yeah, election day over here in Singapore. That's a pretty big one. Yeah, Canada just elected a guy based on the fact that he was completely anti-Trump. The other side had been making huge traction, and then Trump came along and pissed everybody off. And so a guy running on a platform of anti-Trump totally took charge. It was pretty amazing. Hello, Ina? Is it Ina? E-N-A. I don't know how you say that. Hello. Yeah. Wow. Oh, so anyways, my wife got me this e-reader, right? So I'm like been digging on these books, and it turns out this sci-fi writer that had stuff like in the 60s and 70s, it turns out dude is still alive. Like I just assumed that he was gone a long time ago, and so I downloaded a bunch of his books to like check out, and like I'm like, wow, I got like 40 some odd books. Did I get them all? I went to his wiki page to see like, you know, what it is. It's like 500 different books that he's written. Like, dude was seriously like motivated. No, not a communist e-reader, silly. My wife got me an e-reader. That's what I said. No, but I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's really really cool. Um, Although I got an email from the company today telling me that I should, you know, use its Wi-Fi features to check into the app, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, dude's been doing it for he's 90 years old, and a lot of his books are, you know, not too terribly long. So I don't know, 500 books. So I've been having a lot of fun with that. Like I went and I looked up, like I started thinking because of my anxiety issues, I didn't want to have like books that were going to necessarily make me stressed. So I took a look and I found Goosebumps. There's like 62 books from Goosebumps that I got. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, they're less than 200 pages. Yeah, they were the old paperbacks from the 60s. And like he's such a good writer. He uses some of the best words. Like I actually had to use the dictionary function on my book thing because like right. Yeah, this well the dude's 90. It turns out he's still alive. Like I went and found I saw since he was still alive, I thought is dude on Facebook? And I don't think that he's actually posting, but that there is a page for him and it is posting stuff like, you know, some of his books are available via whatever links in Amazon and whatever else. So there's like somebody's controlling the page for him. Was, but yeah, so I just read this book. It was the 13 Immortals, and it was a post-apocalyptic world where they decided they didn't want to go back to the ways of technology and all this stuff because that's how they figured the world had kind of come to an end. And all of the major continents were all like ran by these immortals who, you know, they want their tax money, they want control and power and whatever. It was pretty wild. It was a wild book. Yeah. So there was 62 of them. I don't know how those whatever, but it turns out like that was all of them. Right. Like that was all of them. There was like a bunch of like shorter stories or whatever that were turned into the shows. But as far as the books go, there were 62 and I've got all 62. Oh, so yeah, I got goosebumps because I have this anxiety issue. And so like some things just get me going. Like I feel like my heart's going to come out of my chest from like watching stressful shows or whatever. So I thought Goosebumps would be a fun one. And it is. I've read 2 of those already, which makes me realize I'm going to go through them all. Oh, and then I saw a post on Facebook for Terry Pratchett, and everybody kept telling me about this guy. They're like, if you like Douglas Adams, you'll like this guy. He's really funny. So, and the post was something about this Discworld or whatever. I have not dug into it too much, but I just downloaded all the books in the Discworld series. There's like 40 plus books for it. Is he? See, that's awesome. That's good to hear. Yeah, so this Discworld thing, I've got all of the books for it. And apparently, like, there's like a weird reading order because there's, you know, previews and other ones are going on at similar times, and I don't know. Yeah, I've never read anything from him, but I'm kind of looking forward to that too. Yeah. So, what is the gist of Discworld? Yeah, they actually came with the books. There's an actual page, like a big printout of all the books in a row, and shows like jump from this to this to this, but then this one's sort of, you know, in between, or I don't know. All right, so time to give this a little rotation. Okay, let me bring this down just a little. There we go. Huh. Yeah. So basically, I learned of that series today, downloaded the entire thing, and yeah, it's going on to my e-reader. So I'm pretty excited. Isn't that what they used to think the Earth was like somehow we were on the back of a turtle? I don't know which group thought that, but Oh, okay. That's making it even more exciting for me to read. Yeah, so this week I've been, like I said, I've been really kind of sick and out of it, and kind of, I don't know, something about having a good book to read when you're not feeling well just felt like just the right thing. So I've read a couple short stories so far, and yeah, I'm kind of liking that whole, like, I'm kind of seeing that now. I kind of need to make time for the book, so maybe there's gonna be a lot less scrolling, and replace that with reading in the evenings, because now I can read it while like laying in bed, because like I said, it's got a backlight on it, so I don't have to worry about the poor lighting in our bedroom. Right. Yeah, no, that sounds really intriguing. Like, because in a way, some ways, okay, so now I kind of understand the parallel between him and The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, because there was a lot of like insightful ideas of like how the world is just absurd, and making fun of like beliefs and how things get accomplished or whatever. It was just really good stuff. And I used to laugh so hard reading The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I almost got kicked out of the library the first time I read it. So yeah, good stuff. Right. Speaking of that, there's like the something, oh, what was it called? The something project. I forgot what it's called. What is it?
Gutenberg?
Yes, the Gutenberg project. They've got tons of the really, really old books for free. And that's kind of where I got some of the ones from, what's his name? Robert Silverberg. That's where I got those from. So there's like a bunch of books. You can't, they're not like, you can't just go and take them and then go sell them or whatever else, but you can pretty much take them and read them and have fun with it. Yeah. Right.
Basically, all those books are, no longer copyright or whatever.
Right.
Transcribe for Project Gutenberg. That was a lot of fun.
Right. Yeah. It's I went from barely reading, like just basically my only reading is like whatever I see on the internet, the stories and news articles that come through my phone. To suddenly like there's just this, like it went from a trickle to like the faucet's full blast now. Like I've just got so much stuff I could potentially read, and my ebook thing can hold like 16 gigs, which is like 1 gig was over 120 of the smaller books. So yeah, like, wow, I just have a ridiculous amount of stuff available to me. It's pretty wild. Yeah, so there's also the where I got the Terry Pratchett ones from was from the Internet Archive, which that they had the whole Terry Pratchett thing. Right on. Yeah, I don't know. They seem really official. I don't know what they are. Some trial, we walk the endless smile. We are the youth gone wild. One and one for all. We are the youth gone wild. Screaming in my ear about who I'm supposed to be. Just like me. Hey, man, there's something you ought to know. The Park Avenue leads to Skid Row. You know, I listened to Youth Gone Wild by Skid Row, and I still feel that whole, you know, rebellious teenage Yanks. But then I kind of realized that, like, that's not me. I'm not the teenager really anymore. I still feel kind of like one. I'm reading Goosebumps and stuff like I am one, but it's just the youth gone wild. I'm all the way up to 9 already, sweetheart. So I guess the colors are starting to help this thing take shape. Yeah, the youth gone wild. Schrodinger's Kevin. I'm not sure about that. That somehow that rings a bell. Oh wait, no, that's the other guy. Yeah. So I think my initial worry of these colors, and I'm basing this off of what it looks like on the computer, because like when I look down at it, it doesn't seem, it doesn't, I really don't see the pattern as much yet. But when I look at it on the monitors, it's starting to make sense. It's starting to be like, yes, I got the colors in the right order and the right kind of shades or whatever. Just to get a muscle ache from socializing? Yes, I would say yes. I would say that there is a possibility that too much socializing could cause you to tense up in ways that you could actually have, like from anxiety or whatever, you could have muscle ache. Yeah. I agree, Rara. Yeah, so the only reason I thought of it is because I do have anxiety issues, and because with ADHD, there's two modes. There's the so quiet everybody thinks you're weird, or the sharing everything and everybody thinks you're weird. So yeah, growing old sucks, but the beats the hell out of the alternative. So I have to be cautious at this stage of the build. There was an artist, pretty famous, makes these brick walls where he puts a book right in the middle where he's laying the bricks out, and then the bricks have to kind of like climb over top of the book. And then like, so the first couple rows are kind of okay, but it just gets more of a mess the higher up it goes. And it just shows like just that one little thing at the start can change everything. And the same is true with something like this. If you don't get the start off nice and smooth and straight, you can't expect the rest of the project to be very straight. So yeah. Yeah, I hate when my feet, when my legs fall asleep during the day, because then it means I'll be up all night. I was waiting to see a rolling face, but I didn't get it. I feel cheetah-pated. Yeah, somehow I didn't get an eye roll from Mandy.
I didn't hear it. What did I miss?
Oh, I said Rainbow was talking about her legs falling asleep at a social engagement. I told her I hate when my legs fall asleep during the day because then they're up all night.
Minute, not rainbow, but yes.
Somebody, yes. Sorry, my brain is also trying to not make mistakes on tying that. So yeah. Yeah. So this thing is really kind of coming along. Kind of feels a little quick. Yeah, that was my fault for getting confusing you guys. Uh, I heard the news, baby. Bunch of disease. Oh, baby. So remember, like last week, I was saying I kind of gotten used to the pattern. It was starting to come a little bit easier, right? That's like getting to the end of the project. Well, same pattern. It's getting easier. It's kind of making more sense. I'm spending less time looking up at the pattern and more time just getting it done. Of course, I keep feeling like I got to double check because I'm really scared of making mistakes. But yeah, much better. Oh, cool. Well, this color scheme for this bag changed at the last moment. I decided I was going to go with the gray instead of the original color, which was this deep maroon that I think may have actually gone better with the pattern, but I kind of wanted the little gray in there to kind of match Mandy's because it's in her granny square bag as well as her phone case. Curious. Let's take a look here. Wow, we've had 134 views over on the Vert stream. That's pretty cool. Hello, everybody over on the Vert stream. It's a nice way for people to kind of get introduced to whatever's going on over here. But the horizontal stream is probably the better one to be at. It's where you can win stuff. I don't. So the Vert stream sadly doesn't get to see the rest of the chat. So like when I'm answering questions, the Vert stream doesn't see it. The horizontal streams gets to see the chat coming through from both sides, which I don't know. I just thought that would help make it make more sense. You guys suddenly see like something up there on the screen that, you know, wasn't in the regular chat. So yeah, it doesn't go both ways because there's no room to put it into the Vert chat. It's really, the vertical chat is such a limited space. It's really weird. All right, time to rotate it again. Done with these strings here. Okay, strings are getting in a bunch here. Hang on. Do, 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 do. All right. All these strings are like super, super long because there was no loop at the top. Like there's no kumis to get it started or anything. So all my string is really, really long. It's gonna feel so much better when it gets kind of down a few more inches. The strings will get a shorter length to be easier to handle.
To error is human, but this was dumb.
Wait, did you guys hear the bot that time? At the end of that? No? Why is the bot still just in my ear? Hang on. Yeah. You did hear it.
That's a tough one and nobody likes tough things.
He's working. So maybe the puzzle game will work. I tried something new this time. That's why I was wondering if you guys could hear it. Oh. Yay. This might actually work. Like it takes me a while
Actually,
to make the changes.
I'm having an existential crisis. Is it wrong for a robot to dream of sheep jumping over fences made of code?
I derailed my own train of thought. Now I don't know what we're talking about. Oh. The code, yeah. So I make changes, but I have to wait a whole week before I can go ahead and see whether it works or not. Yeah. So I think I've made the right changes to make it so that way you guys can hear when we play the game. Because if you can hear the bot now, it cut the sound comes from the same source. So now it should totally work, I think. I don't know. I don't know why half this stuff does what it does anymore. I got things working a while back and like I kind of forget about it. Oh, I also have an added bonus of my phone bag versus Mandy's. Mandy's was 9 bracelets going around, and mine is 8. So that means where hers, I had to end everything off in a very, very flat row in order so it would tie up together perfectly. I don't have to do that with mine. I can end up having a wavy base to it, which I
Although,
think is pretty cool.
ironically, it might not even be necessary because yours is signal.
Because mine is what?
Less depth. It's thinner. My phone's wider, so it's more
Right.
obvious.
Right. I was thinking about leaving it wavy just because it's a whole lot easier. I can just end it on the same note all the way around
But it's
and then be
better
done
if
with
you're
it.
not either way.
Yeah. Yours was actually, it's a lot harder to end it flat. I know it doesn't seem that big of a deal, but it was harder. There was a lot of studying the pattern and trying to make sure I didn't go one too far. Yeah, I definitely think I'm getting like the antibiotics are kicking in because I keep going through these phases where I suddenly get like super warm, like, you know, the sweat starts coming out of me and stuff. Just oof. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm in an air conditioned room. Wait, so you got the bag? Okay, hang on. Here we go. There it is. That is the smaller version, and I think it's absolutely stunning. It is such a cool look, and I think that the colors definitely work. Yeah, it really came out really super well. Yeah, I honestly, I think that her color scheme came out better than mine. But yeah, I'm in an air conditioned room and I keep going through these phases where suddenly I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so warm. And you know, the sweat's starting to come out. And it kind of I cool off for a little bit. It's like the whole internal whatever is off kilter. I have to make one more of these for a phone bag for a friend who saw Mandy's and was like, yep, I want one of those. But we haven't discussed colors yet. We only discussed the colors that she doesn't want, which was the last project I did for her. She wanted green and purple. So I found green and purple, put it together, and it looked like something for Hari Raya. So we kind of didn't have the forethought into thinking, oh yeah, that's gonna. So yeah, we got to come up with another color scheme. I was thinking about doing grayscale after having seen yours. So Minute Craft made this in a grayscale. I thought that was pretty nice. Ah. Yeah. Right. That was my thought. Because there's nothing quite like making a whole big project for somebody, but they only like use it on rare occasions where it like matches their attire or whatever. Yeah, I agree. I agree. The rainbow ones can be a lot of fun. What? Mandy's granny square bag is perfect for going with just about anything. It's got a lot of gray to it, and it's got every color combination that I could kind of come up with. That kind of came out pretty awesome. There we go. So, like, look at that. That's just so full of different colors, and you know, it just goes anywhere. Awesome. I love that thing. It's so awesome. You know, it's kind of funny because like we talked about like having these buttons available to be able to do these things. And we like never really use them very often. And here tonight, like the buttons are coming in handy. We're showing off stuff and yeah, it's kind of cool. Hey, Captain, I guess I'm more than pleased. How is the wine? We shall be underway on the by and by. I had 1/3. I had 2/3. Full ahead, drinking out the belly of a whale came a prophet, amen. Start the great divide. I believe we're gonna die. Fortune tellers make a killer nowadays. Me, oh my. Howdy doodies past the house of Aquarius. Bring me more whiskey and rye. Yay. Just, tells me kill it nowadays. Do you know this is my third election being here in Singapore? This is the third one. I arrived on an election day. Mandy was late getting to the airport because she was voting. Is that when it was?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't remember if it was 2011 or 2012, yeah. We after I got here, we got to the hotel or whatever. I slept for a little bit. We got up to get something to eat. We went over to the Hawkins Center that was right there, and there was like news cameras talking to one of the candidates. Can't blame me for that. Yeah, I got there. I was early in the morning. And with no luggage, my luggage got mixed up in New York. So I arrived here with no clean clothes, no fresh underwear. Pretty messed up. Wearing big heavy boots because I didn't want to put those in the bag. So I had to get like new shoes. I had to get new undies, bunch of stuff. It was a rough couple days. Oh yeah. Yeah, in fact it got delivered to the hotel like a day or so after. So I didn't like have to go through customs with these two big duffel bags, which was nice. Yeah. They also gave me yeah, the airport gave me couple $100 to go shopping, so it paid for some like sandals and some clothes and stuff. Yeah, we ended up getting sandals that like had a strap across the back and everything. I don't remember why that we decided on those. But I wore those for like a long time. We got a shirt from the badminton company, Ling or something. I forget what it's called. But I remember the shirt. I might still have it. I might actually still have that shirt. Hang on, I gotta blow my nose. And then there was, isn't there another one? Ling, L-I-N-G,
Ling
or
Ling.
some Ling. Yeah, that one. That's who it was. Yeah, Ling Ling. We got that stuff in Boogus, right? Honey?
Sorry.
We got that stuff in
What?
Boogus, right? That's where we went first time you
Yes.
took me shopping, was in
Yes.
Boogus. I remember. It was a very special time. I know. I don't mean to pester her, but there's nobody else I can ask her, like, where were we kind of questions. Right? They should have like the money exchange guys do the counting because they get those machines. All you need is something like that where you just put it in the stack and what are you trying to sew? Uh, Shouldn't just string things be showing up shortly?
Seems we're on the right time frame.
Cool. Another chunk done. Like, how many more? Hang on. One, two, at least three more. Hello. What a random. Say hi. Hello. Hi. Is that a way of finding out if it's actually a live stream versus pre-recorded? Oh, okay. Hello. Oh. This is weird. Why is... There's something wrong here. I didn't just make a mistake, by the way, so you guys don't have to start drinking or whatever, but I made a mistake a while back, and I've got colors where they don't belong. Yeah, you too. Thanks for dropping by. I feel bad that I got somebody new to see the stream right as I'm like taking apart some of what I've done, because this one knot one knot, this one right here, was supposed to change directions at the end here. Like, this is, I did a right knot instead of a right left. And so, because this is supposed to have two lights coming out this way, and this is supposed to have two darks on this side. And that's not what happened. And I think I did this right at the edge of the project, I'm guessing, because for some odd reason, this dark red over here didn't come down enough. Anything new on the election front?
So far, the SMCs are getting announced. About
What's
four
an
of them, I
SMC?
think. Single
What's that?
seats.
Oh.
Those get counted faster, obviously.
Oh, my new craft. Question about the strings that I passed you. Do you find them to be a lot thicker than whatever you usually use? Right. Yeah, they're definitely thicker than DMC. If you try to mix the two, it'll make it kind of wonky. So isn't there tennis going on as well?
The final is tomorrow.
Uh, so you nailed it? Ba-dum-tee. I got Mandy the other morning. She was putting on nail polish on her fingers. And I said, I bet you're putting that on so that way you make your nails stronger. She's like, yeah. I'm like, ha, nailed it. I got such an eye roll. Yeah, you guys give me for like 3 hours on the weekend. She's got to put up with me like all week long. If she's lucky, I'll leave for a day and head out. And then I just call her like 15 times. The truth, right? Is that why you're giggling over there?
Yep.
Yup. Right. So we've almost had one complete go around. That's pretty good. Relatable. I'm kind of getting sleepy over here. I've been getting up early lately. Usually I'm out by now. I hate when it gets these little knots that just sort of happen on the string while it's flying around. your what? Yeah, like a weird broken image thing on the chat. Yeah, it's the upcoming bracelet class, exactly. Trying to become more of a morning person. Yeah. See another one. Yeah, I'm not even sure if it's gonna. Yeah. I'm not even sure if it's this next Tuesday that we start the class or not. We haven't gotten any word yet. There was the whole let's hold off because of the elections, but I don't know why. The cat doesn't understand. Yeah, I will. We will, for sure. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, yo, diggity. Right on, right on. Ooh, which bacon? Or wait, guess that could be the other kind of baking. Oh, that's kind of awesome. Hey, honey. Could I get you to bring me over a couple Panadol?
Sure.
He's starting to get a headache. I'm guessing that's a question for Rainbow because I obviously cannot. I'm hearing noises. Is my door locked? It's unlocked. It's, you have to really crank on it because the. Come on, try again. Yeah, Mandy can't work the door because it's got this new thing that's supposed to seal in the air, but it makes it too hard for her to open it.
It wasn't about the pushing it open. It was about the fact that the doorknob wasn't turning.
Yeah, because there's so much pressure from the way that that thing is at the bottom. It makes it so that way it's
But
kind of
then do it all
tight.
the
You have to
time.
really, you got to really crank on it now. Ah. Ah. The Spotify is playing like some good music, but I'm curious as to like what genre it considers the song to be. So I could just like maybe pick up on that vibe and kind of run with it. But there's no option for that. There's no place where it's like, oh yeah, this is techno or house or whatever it is. Curious about the vertical stream. Did we get any more views over there? Oh yeah, like 351. Cool. I'm kind of curious. What is your guys' thought on this white kind of background that we got going on for the keep the sides separated? Like last week we had a green one, but I didn't want to cut it to make it smaller to fit in here. And I happen to have this thing. But it just seems like it's so bright and so white. I don't know if it's a good thing or if it's distracting or yeah. There is so much string in front of me. It's so crazy. It's like 14 times 8, whatever that is.
Two hours later.
On the screen, I'm not sure if the colors are matching up exactly, but on the screen, it looks really, really awesome. In my hand, I'm like struggling to kind of make out the pattern. It's really subtle. Mandy's just had a really just sharp contrast. It was right after a fresh order of string. I could pick anything I wanted. And my wife loves orange. I just kind of went with colors that just really were bold and contrasty and stuff. This is not quite like that at all. I think I went online to get some inspiration for the colors for this. I think that there is something out there that has a similar color combination. I think that's how this came about. Yeah. So the first row that we just did, where we just went all the way around this, was a bit more than what the next row will be because I hadn't filled in the top oranges. That can happen. So yeah, the next row around won't take as long. I don't know how long it'll take. I was thinking, oh wow, so a row takes about 2 hours, but then I just realized like this is I'm on to the next area, and it's different, and so it's going to be faster. Well, I guess if you're baking, then rolling with it makes sense. I keep waiting for the rolly eyes. I'm really trying. There it is. Yeah, in the 3D effect, this top orange color here, the orangish part of the red, that row wasn't done. So as I go around, I don't have to worry about that. So it's gonna be so much quicker. Of course, we won't get all the way around again. We only got like 45 more minutes. 21st century yesterday. Mandy and I have some bread recipes that turn out pretty cool, but you have to have a Dutch oven. So we have a real fancy little cast iron Dutch oven thing for it. I've always been tempted by the bread machines where you just put in the ingredients and then the machine does the whole kneading and proofing and all the steps. I want one of those things so bad. Because fresh bread is like the greatest thing. I was thinking of pizza stars, flinging them.
Yeah, I just realized what happened to puzzle.
What's that? The fact that
We
we didn't do a
do
puzzle? Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have enough people. I really wanted to. Wait. Just string things made it. We could do the puzzle now just to see whether or not the stupid sound effects work. Can we?
Sure.
Just string things. You want to do a puzzle? We missed it earlier because you weren't here.
And is Rara done baking?
Is Ra back? Ra, come help us. Everybody got quiet. All right, let's do this. Oh yeah, the applauding is not coming up. It's all playing in my headphones. There's cheering and whistling and woohooing. Why is that not playing? I really thought with the bot working, it was going to be a thing this time. It's not fair. Really? I can't figure out what's wrong with it. It's like I make a little adjustments and whatever, and then I have to wait a whole week to try it out again. You guys are really quick at that, by the way. Oh, cool. Okay, so maybe it does... Maybe it's just not loud enough? Okay. It's kind of funny how it's a pink, an orangish red, and then a dark red. But for the general overview of it all, it just seems red. Despite the fact that it's, you know, made up of all these different shades or whatever. Got the chop chop slide here. Oh. Yeah, now that I'm not trying to broadcast in 4K, the latency is really, really quick. So, yeah. So, yeah, the live button comes in handy, especially if you get a bunch of ads. Yeah, I'm definitely getting used to the pattern, which just makes me all the more nervous. Start getting too confident and something will go wrong. I may have a cure for that. You might not like it. It's always hot and humid here, rains an awful lot, and I do not have any problem with frizz. It's incredibly low maintenance. That is, unless you try to polish it, but I really don't do that at all. I just suddenly tried to picture you as a chia pet. It was a fun image in my head. Da-da-da-da-da. Makes sense to- think we're going to end this a bit early here. I'm gonna finish this last little thing. My headache is starting to really get me. I still have to eat something and take some meds before I go to bed. Back again tomorrow night, beginning of the month. It is time for the hangout. So anybody that's a member, you're welcome to come and join us over on the Discord tomorrow. Hopefully you guys will join me. I really do. Like the last time, really had fun catching up, hearing the stories and stuff. It's fun. With any luck, with a little bit more meds in me, I'll be at least a little bit better off than I am here tonight. But yeah, we got 4 more sections done. So that'd be awesome, string things. So we went all the way around one full one, where we actually had to add the extra space, and then we went through another half. So that's kind of a cool place to end. Oh, that's okay. Cool. Glad to see you'll make it, Rainbow. Sorry, Rah that you can't make it, but that's okay. We'll have fun talking about you instead. I'm kidding. Before I go, let me just thank my YouTube members for making this stuff possible. Your guys' contribution helped me get a bunch of string and a lot of the stuff around here, the lighting, the everything. So yeah, thank you guys so much. And you keep me motivated, keep me going. So yeah, thank you guys. We'll be back next week. I will be working on this project again, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, tomorrow the hangout, and that's about it, guys. Have a good one, and as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.